Hi guys, I am back on your screen. If you saw my last video where I did the intro, I'm back and you're here again. Thank you for coming. If you do not know, again, my name is Mary. I'm a nursing student in Alberta, Canada, and I feel about my journey in nursing school, just navigating life as an international student in Canada. I also share my life experiences. I share my faith journey. I share everything in between. Okay? So, to this first episode of the catch up series, I'm just going to be, telling you guys some things. I promised you guys in the last video that I'm going to fill you guys in on what has been going on, which is what we're going to do today. So, we are going to dive right in the video, okay? I really thank God that I am making this video. It's so exciting for me. It was a challenge making this video. I didn't know what to say to the camera. I didn't know how I was going to feel about sharing it. I've just been one to always do like delayed gratification. Like I do not like to share things in the moment. I like to share after things have happened, right? Even when I tell people, I like to tell them after it has happened. Sometimes it doesn't work that way, sometimes it does. But to each their own, like they say. But yeah, I am glad that I can come sit here and have this conversation with you people. I'm not just here by chance, and I'll just want to carry people along and just let people know, let you guys know something. Because for me, I feel like no one person is going through one thing. So what you think you're going through, multiple people must have gone through it, or they are currently going through it, or they would eventually go through it. So that's why I feel like sharing it here is going to help one or two persons. So like I said, life has been a lot lately, trying to balance everything, trying to figure out what to do, trying to not make mistakes. And this is like life decisions. You have to make a decision. It's life changing decision. You don't just want to leave things and it's your life. So I think I was just at the point where I had to make a decision for myself. I had to think of myself. I don't think I made that kind of decision before, but I had to. I was trying to also find a direction, figuring out life. I feel like for me, there's always more. Like there's always more. I don't like to be mediocre. I don't like to be a mediocre. I just like to want more. There are pros and cons. Whatever is making me not to record this video has failed. I've tried to, it's just my phone storage, but yeah, I lost my train of thought, but I guess I'm going to continue. Said I just took time to reflect, to rest, get back to myself, try to understand what I needed to do. I also tried to like seek the face of God more than ever before. I literally took a pause. I paused everything in my life. I took a break off nursing school for a session that is for a full year. So let me explain what happened to you guys. So I wasn't in school. At this point when I wasn't in school, I couldn't work, which was one of the reasons why I couldn't make videos, because I just felt some kind of way like making videos when I'm not in school. I wasn't in a state where I wanted to talk about it and stuff, because it was not something I thought was going to happen. But like I said, I needed to make a decision for myself. And the best decision at that time was for me to take the break off school. And I did that because I thought taking the break was going to help me. I thought taking the break was going to, like, I had other plans. So let's leave it like that. I had other plans while I took the break off school, or before taking the break off school. So I had already planned different things, but it just didn't work out, which was very painful and hurtful. So I took that break. I couldn't work. I couldn't do nothing. I literally couldn't do anything because, like, the whole immigration thing, when you take a break off school, you can't work, you can't do anything. So the way the break was that I had to even like switch status, and at some point I had just 6 months to be in Canada. I needed to leave Canada, and I tried to do an extension. When I tried to do my extension, they were responding. I didn't get a response on time. I extended again. I got another 6 months, and it was at this second application after the extension, I started really thinking. I was like, is this how I'm going to keep extending? That I really needed to get something to do. It was also a decision to make if I wanted to go back to school or just stay. And this decision was like very hard because, like I said, it was something that depended on me. Like nobody could help me make this decision for some reason. It was just me. It's my life. And so I remember that I, with faith, then applied to go back to school. Guess what? I didn't get anything. And even at some point, I was supposed to start my clinicals, but school had resumed. Sorry, I'm shivering, I'm cold. So school had resumed, but I didn't get an approval to resume, which was a lot. It took a toll on me. I will not even lie. A lot of things were happening at the point. Like, I had to take a break off everything. I had to take a break off social media. I just needed to recuperate. I needed to find myself. And do I regret this decision I made? Honestly, I do not regret it, because I feel like all things in the book of Romans, that's what it says all things work together for good for those that love God and are called according to his purpose. So I feel like all things worked for me. Everything worked for me, worked in my favor. I feel like that, like those months where I was like off school, like that 1 year, it was a turning point for me in my life, in my career, in my faith journey. It was like literally found God again. I was at the point where I just knew that, see, I don't know how to explain this thing, but yeah, I found God again. That's going to be another story. But yeah, I found God again, even in the midst of everything. I just knew that it was only God I could hold on to. It was my source of strength. It says that his strength is made perfect in my weakness. Indeed, he proved it. Like, I didn't have anyone. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't even trust my own self. I couldn't even trust my own decisions for myself. That was how hard it was. But God held my hand through it, and I went through everything. It was hard. I will not even lie. Like, the fact that my classmates, like, they are probably in their third year. They're in their third year now, and I took a break. Like, it was crazy. Like, I just felt like, I took a pause from life. Everybody else is like moving. Everybody's moving. I'm still waiting. I felt like I was delayed. I felt so many things. I felt that, it was just somehow for me. I will not lie. But I really thank God, because like they say, delay is not denial. Like, with God, you're never delayed. With God, you're always on time, which was it. Do I feel some way about like joining school back? Oh yes, I definitely do feel some way, because I remember eventually when I got my approval to go back to school, it was like really late. They had started classes. They were going to write their midterm exam, I think the week after. And I joined first. Mind you, I don't even know anybody in this class. I don't even know how to relate to people that well. Like, in real life, it's so different. Look at me behaving like this and stuff. But like, in real life, it's different, it's kind of different, especially with people I don't really know. Maybe with people that are close to me and I get comfortable around. But like, when I meet people for the first time, like, it takes me, a long time to finally get myself into the old system. So it was very hard for me. It was so hard for me trying to make friends, trying to know what was going on. So I had to do a lot of studying by myself. I didn't know updates. I didn't get some things. It was me trying to deal with coming back to school, and also me trying to deal with, passing, because this is 1 year after, like 1 year. I've taken 1 year gap. I literally cannot remember some things again. So I had to do double studying. I had to do a lot of things like times 2, because the way we understand things in classes are quite different. So it was just a lot how to relate with people, because mind you, at this time when I took off school and everything, I was by myself. I was literally living by myself. So I wasn't used to having people around me. It was just always me in the house. I barely even go anywhere. So I was so used to being in my own space that seeing people became somehow, I don't know what to call it, but I felt some, like, I don't know. I was just feeling some type of way from August last year, when everything, which was when I took, like, it was summer break, right? So I couldn't resume with them for fall. The turning point for me would be January this year. This year was where everything changed. Everything literally changed, and things started getting better. I thought it was getting better, but then some things will come up again. And yeah, so I don't want this video to be too long. That's just going to be like the first thing. I'm going to make another video telling you guys how it went and so many things that happened, how I also struggled with seeing people, like going to say, in school, didn't hold anybody any explanation. The only people I felt like I needed to tell knew about it. And I really thank God that the people that knew about it genuinely, like, they were praying for me, they were rooting for me, they were really helping me, assisting me, making sure that, it wasn't taking a toll on me and stuff like that. The point of this video is to let you know that, see, your journey is different from somebody else's journey. That's one thing I learned throughout this phase, is that sometimes it might look like it's taking longer time for you. But guess what? God is a God of speed. He says he's going to restore back the years that the caterpillar, the palmer worms, the locusts, the every canker worms, the years they've eaten, he says he's going to restore back. So one thing I know is that God is a God of restoration. He's going to restore back. So don't think that, I'm not where I want to be, my mates have gone ahead of me, and I am just, I'm just here, things are not working out for me, just coming up with things that, see, all these things are lies from the pit of hell, is from the devil. Because looking at it now, I'm just like, would I have taken that year break? Oh yes, for sure I would have. Like, I try to imagine my life if I had not taken that break. I try to imagine what would have become of me. Like, what I don't even want to imagine. I don't even want to think, because it would have been a lot of stuff. So yeah, be strong, be courageous, be of good faith, and know that God is with you on this journey. You're not just by yourself. You're never late. You're always on time. It is your journey. God is the author. He has written out the script, and guess what? We are just following the script. It's a movie. An author has written out. He has written it out. It's just like, when somebody is trying to make a movie, the producer has written out the script, so he already knows what's going to happen at the ending. You are just the actor. You're just acting, right? So that's the thing. We are just acting out the script that has already been written. So just one step at a time. It's a line upon line, precept upon precept. So just take it gradually. Don't be too hard on yourself. That was one thing I learned in a hard way, because at some point I was beating myself. I was second guessing myself. I was second guessing the decisions I was making. I was like, am I even making the right decision? Do I even know what I'm doing? Am I sure I'm not using my hand to ruin my own life with the decisions I'm making? It was just a lot of that, but I really give God the glory. I thank God that it came out, it ended up a good thing. It ended in praise. And yes, I think that's going to be all for this series. Catch me up in the next one. I'm going to be telling you people what happened with my nursing school, how I was able to get back into the program. I'm going to be telling you people that in the next series. So do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to hit on the bell to get notified, and put a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think about waiting on God for something, because I know it can be a tough season when you're waiting on God. The waiting season can be very tough. So let me know what you think about it. Leave a very nice comment, and then I get to see you guys later. Bye.